guys and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video we have a very special little guest, as you can see, and we have Wilf, as it is Wilf's 2-month update. And I'm really proud of myself because I'm filming this bang on the dot. He is 2 months today on the 27th of November. I cannot believe he's 2 months. Pretty sure I'm going to say this in every update. Can't believe he's 2 months. Can't believe he's 3 months. Can't believe he's 1 year old. Can't believe he's 18. It's going so fast. But yeah, I wanted to film his update today, and this will actually be my last video before Vlogmas starts on Friday. If you didn't know already, although I'm sure you've heard me say loads of times, I am actually doing Vlogmas this year. So I'm going to be uploading a video, hopefully, if all goes well, every day in December, finishing on Christmas Eve. So wish me luck. I've pre-recorded a video for Friday to upload for day one, but after that I'm hoping most of them will be kind of real time, film one day, upload the next, and we'll just see how we go. I hope it's interesting, hope you enjoy it, and I hope I can keep up with it, but we will see. Anyway, I'm rambling. As I said, today is Wilf's 2-month update, and I thought I would just kind of go through what's been happening this month and end with a bit of a postpartum update, as I know I didn't really talk about me in Wilf's last update, and actually a few things have happened this month that I thought was worth updating you all on. So, as with last time, I've made a bit of a list of things to go through, and I thought I would start with like one of the main things, which is sleep. And I said it last time and I'll say it again, Wilf is just a brilliant sleeper. Aren't you a brilliant sleeper? He's a really, really good sleeper. I can't quite believe my luck. I'm going to turn him round so hopefully you can see him a bit better. Actually, let's have him on this side. He's going to do some posing. So yeah, Wilf is a brilliant little sleeper. We are now no longer waking him for feeds at night, so I think last month we were waking him every 3 hours for a feed. Now we are not waking him and he is just waking us. Aren't you, little chubber? So he is just waking us for feeds now, and on average, and I've realised how lucky I sound here, we probably feed him last before bed at about 11 o'clock. We then go to bed. He will wake up for a feed maybe between 3 and 4, and then he will come back to bed and go back to sleep until about 8 o'clock in the morning. So I am getting far more sleep than I ever got in pregnancy. I'm super, super lucky on that front. He really is a brilliant, brilliant little sleeper. I cannot complain at all. Yeah, so sleep-wise, it's pretty much the same story as last time. He's just really good. I'm aware I'm very, very lucky. I know not every baby sleeps as well as Wilf does, and I'm fully expecting that at some point that will change, but for now, sleep is brilliant and I'm just enjoying every minute of the sleep I am getting. He's still sleeping in the sleepy head in the snooze pod, and that just seems to work really, really well for us. We're still using sleeping bags. I don't feel comfortable using blankets, but I am a bit worried as it gets colder that maybe a sleeping bag on its own won't be enough to keep him warm. So please let me know in winter what you put your newborns in. Wilf currently wears a vest, a sleep suit and a sleeping bag with his arms out. He doesn't like having his arms in. And I don't know if I feel comfortable using a blanket. So please do let me know below what you do for your newborns in winter when it's very, very cold, because I feel like soon he's going to need a little bit more. But yeah, that's where we're at. Next, I will move on to feeding, which, as I mentioned last time, was something we were struggling with the most. And at 6 weeks, I gave up expressing. So Wilf is now solely formula fed. It's not what I ever, in a dream world, would have wanted, but it's just life, isn't it? I wasn't producing anywhere near enough milk. By the time I stopped at 6 weeks, it was taking me an hour to get 30 mils, sometimes 15 mils would take me an hour, and it just wasn't worth the pain. Wilf wasn't getting enough for it to be worth it and worth the stress that I was under with it. So at 6 weeks I gave it up, and I have never leaked a drop. I've never had sore boobs, swollen boobs, nothing. It was like there was nothing ever there. So I think that just goes to show how little milk I had. So yeah, Wilf's now solely formula fed. On an average feed, he's having 4 ounces of milk, sometimes 5, but generally 4 is the right amount for Wilf, and he seems to be plumping up nicely. I think that's everything for formula feeding. His colic seems to have massively calmed down. I don't know whether that's because we're still using Infocol and we're still using the Dr. Brown's bottles, but it seems absolutely fine, to be honest. It seems pretty under control. He's still quite a hiccupy baby, and he does still get a bit of like where he's pulling his knees up and stuff, but nothing like before. But then I'm scared to stop using the Infocol and to stop using the anti-colic bottles, just in case it is just those that's fixing it. I don't know. So any of you that had colicky babies, when did you stop giving them the stuff that was helping? I know, I think by about 12 weeks, and they normally say it's died down, and Wilf is 9 weeks this week. So I don't know, we'll see. It might be time to kind of give that a rest and see how we get on without it. But feeding's going really well. He takes a bottle absolutely no problem. Formula hasn't been an issue for us at all, and he's gaining weight, so that's all I can really ask for. In terms of gaining weight, I got Wilf weighed at 6 weeks. Well, I think he was a day off 7 weeks when we got him weighed. That was for our 6-week checkup, and he was weighing in at a grand total of 10 pounds 1 ounce, which sounds absolutely huge to me, and that was 2 weeks ago now, so I think he's probably even chunkier than that. As you can probably see, he is a chunky little thing now. Let me try and hold him up for you. So yeah, as you can see, oh, that's a pretty face. That's a handsome face. He is a proper little chunky thing now. So he is in 0 to 3 clothing now. Oh, what is that face, mister? What is that face? He still fits perfectly in next up to 1 month, and I can actually still get him fine into some newborn stuff, depending on the brand, but we have gone up into 0 to 3, and if you follow me on Instagram you will know I am loving life, having all these clothes. I love dressing Wilf. It's like my favourite thing is picking out his outfit for the day, and I'm absolutely loving having so many clothing choices for him. He's like my little dolly. This is his outfit today, if anyone was wondering. This cardigan I think he was actually wearing in his last update. This is from Next. He's got these little dungarees on from Zara, no idea if you can see them, and he's just got a little grey vest on, but I absolutely love getting Wilf dressed for the day. It's so much fun. So yeah, that's where we're on weight and clothing wise. £10 1 at his last weigh-in, and in 0 to 3 months clothing, chubby boy. Chubby boy. What else was on my list? Oh, something that is giving me major mum guilt at the moment. I never really got the whole mum guilt thing before I had Wilf, and mum guilt is real. But since I gave up expressing, Wilf's been having quite a bit of trouble. Oh, he's going to thank me for this when he's older. Quite a bit of trouble pooing. He used to poo all day, every day. And I don't know whether it's just like an age thing and a growing up a bit thing, or whether it is to do with his feeding going from combination of expressed breast milk and formula to now solely being on formula. But he does seem to be struggling to poo, and he gets himself quite worked up and stressed about it, and I can see he gets tummy ache, and it's really sad. So we've been doing loads of bicycle legs, we've been giving him a bit of cooled boiled water to see if that helps his tummy. We've tried all the kind of main things you hear about, so if anyone has any tips for encouraging baby poo to make its way out, then please do leave them in the comments. When he does go, this is so TMI, I'm sure you expect to talk about poo in a baby update, but when he does go, it's completely normal, it's soft, it's yellow, all the good things, but it's just not happening as frequently as it did before. And if it was just that and he didn't seem phased by it, that would be totally fine. I know some babies can like go for a week without pooing, and for them that's totally normal, but for Wilf I can see he's getting quite worked up about it, so it's not the best. Gets himself all stressed about it, don't you? So it's quite sad. So yeah, that's another thing. Another thing is that skin is very dry at the moment. On his face especially, he's got kind of like baby acne milk rash type thing going on, and it's also very, very dry and flaky. It's quite rough to touch. It's not like the soft baby skin we used to. So I've ordered some Aveeno baby moisturiser online. I saw loads of great reviews about, but that is taking longer than it should to arrive. So in the meantime, I'm thinking I might try coconut oil. I've heard coconut oil is a really good thing to put on baby's skin, but again, if anyone has any tips, I'm a first time mum. I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of bumbling my way through life at the moment. So any tips at all are completely welcomed. What do you guys do for baby acne, milk rash, dry skin? It's not the look of it. I don't care if he's got a little rashy face, but I just think it looks quite sore and uncomfortable when it's very dry. So tips welcome there. What else is on my list? What else have you been up to, Wilf? Oh, something that's happened the past 2 days, which is so amazing, is that he's started to smile. I think a lot of babies do start to smile earlier than like 8-9 weeks, but his corrected age is actually only about 5 weeks, so he's just started smiling now, and it melts my heart. At first I was like, are they just windy smiles? Are they intentional? But now he fully looks me in the eye and grins at me, and it makes me feel very special because he hasn't smiled for Daddy yet. Am I special? Do you save all your smiles for me? So I think that is it for Wilf this month. I can't really think of anything else to update you on Wilf-wise. So I'll quickly just talk about me and how I've been since having Wilf. I'm obviously now almost 9 weeks postpartum. I'm 2 months postpartum, and my postpartum bleeding stopped about 5 weeks after having Wilf. I stopped expressing at 6 weeks, and at 7 weeks on the dot, I got my period. I could not believe it. Any of you that have followed my journey for a while know my periods used to be incredibly, incredibly, incredibly irregular. And that could definitely still be how they will be now. But I was just so shocked that my period came back so, like, at such a normal time. I was expecting to wait like 6 months for my period. And I couldn't believe it came back at such a, like, normal time. 7 weeks postpartum is like a very, very normal time to get your period back. So I'll be really interested to see what my cycles are like after this. I've got my period tracker app at the ready. I'm really keen to track my cycles again, just to see where, like, what's going on with my body. I hear a lot of people saying after having PCOS and having trouble conceiving and anything like that, that when they have a baby, their cycles kind of reset. And I would absolutely love that to be the case, but I'm not under any illusion that that could have happened at the same time. I'm just really interested to kind of see what my body is doing now. So yeah, my period came back. It was horrendous. I genuinely think I found my first period worse than the postpartum bleeding, like TMI, but it was just horrendous. Like, it was so heavy. It went on for 10 days non-stop, like consistently heavy for 10 days. The cramps were pretty awful. I've always had painful periods anyway, so that bit was kind of dealable with. Like, I'm used to having painful periods, but my normal period lasts like 5 days, and to have 10 days non-stop solid bleeding was not pretty and not pleasant. But yeah, I'll be interested. I'll let you know what my cycles are like following Wilf when I get my next one. I'll be really interested to see when that's going to be. So that's one thing. The other thing to probably mention, and I feel a bit not vain talking about this, but it shouldn't be my top priority, and it's not my top priority at all, but it is something that's been bothering me, and that is my weight. When I was pregnant with Wilf, I put on weight, as most people do when they're pregnant. It did not bother me in the slightest. I've never felt more body confident and more attractive than I did when I was pregnant. Like, I felt amazing. That's by far the most confident I've ever felt. In about the 2 first weeks after having him, I felt really good. My tummy went down way faster than I'd expected, and I felt quite good to say I'd just given birth. I felt fairly confident, but since then I just feel like, I wouldn't even say I feel like the weight loss has slowed down. I feel like I'm putting on weight, and part of that I'm like confused about, because I definitely don't eat as often as I did before, but then I do understand at the same time, when I am eating, I'm eating all the wrong things. So I do only have myself to blame. but it's just not nice when you want to feel like body confident and I just feel like a bit of a blob. But at the same time, it's Christmas now and it's my first Christmas with Wilf, my mum's here, and I just want to enjoy it. I don't want to be thinking about what I'm eating and worrying about my weight. I want to eat the cheese boards, I want to drink the wine, I want to have fun. So yeah, I'm not going to worry about it too much until January, when I will be starting Slimming World again, and I will start my Slimming World updates. I know I did them a lot before I was pregnant with Wilf, but I kind of gave up on Slimming World altogether when I got pregnant with Wilf. So yeah, I'm going to restart those Slimming World updates. How cliche to start them in January, but you know, if you want to follow along, please do. Give me some motivational talks. But yeah, I'm just going to try and enjoy December. And any of you that watched my last weekend vlog will know that I went down to Elise's for her hen do and bridesmaid at her wedding on the 23rd of December. And I was really worried that I wouldn't fit in my bridesmaid's dress after having Wilf, and actually it fit completely fine, it fit perfectly, so that's one less thing to worry about. So I think that is everything for Wilf's 2-month update. Again, any questions, please leave them below. So I will leave it all there and I will see you all on Friday for Vlogmas Day 1. Woo! Vlogmas Day 1, it's Christmas!